Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have learned about the basic things related to our web development and our this HTML. Okay. So in this video, we will be learning about how you can add the images. Okay. Adding the images is the very most important thing in a website. Okay. So we will be learning those things, and also along with that, we will be learning few more things like the forms. Having the forms in your website, we'll be learning about the list, checkboxes, buttons. All of these things will be learning in this particular video. Okay, so make sure you listen to all of the things that I teach in this video. Okay, so in order to add a image here, okay, so let me create a new file. Here you can in the Visual Studio Code, here you can click on your folder, and if you click the file option here, it is giving me this. Okay, I will say to2.html. Okay, so yeah, our this thing will be opened, and as we had said that this exclamatory mark will give our this HTML structure. Okay, so yeah, you can see our this thing has been opened. Let me rename this to as second tutorial. Yeah, fine. And after that, we know that whatever we write inside this body will be shown in our web page, right? So here, let me write something like h1 tag, and I will say this as our second website. Okay, so we will add in this way. And why I'm seeing this port 5500 here is because one server is already running. Here you can see this is already running, right? So in order to start this thing from here, I need to terminate from this thing. Okay, so let's do that. If I click here, that will be terminated, and if I go live now, yeah, our new page is opened. Okay, so this is our old one. Here you can see our second website. Okay, so let me organize this one. Yeah, okay, so here I will say this as let's add a h2 tag, and I will say learn HTML, or we can say learn web development. Okay, build like this type of websites on your own in order to gain the confidence, and also you will keep all of these tags in your mind. Okay, so you don't have to by heart anything of this. And after this, we want to add the image here, right? So for adding the image, we have this tag named as img tag. Img basically specifies the image. If I write img and click enter, here you can see it is saying src and alt. Okay, so src means source. Okay, source is something you need to specify the source of your image, that is the address of the image that you want to insert over here should be shown here. Okay, so after that, this is alt. Okay, so this alt is nothing but a attribute. Okay, so this src and alt, and also this name, char set, all of these things are referred as attributes. Okay, so here for the source, we will add the path of our image, and alt is nothing but alternate. Okay, let's say you had some network issue. The visitor of the website has a network issue. In that case, it will the browser will not be able to load the image, right? So in that case, what the browser should do, in the alternate case, it will show some text. Okay, so that is what we mean by alt. To show this, what I will do is I will simply add this image. Okay, so you can add any image, you can download it from the internet, or you can have your own image added here. Okay, so for now I will use this same image. To add it here, we need to specify the path, right? So what I will do is I will drag and drop this image here. Okay, so that image has been copied here, that is 1.jpg. Okay, so let me add that address, the name here. We are here inside this folder itself, that's why we will not be worrying about the address. Okay, so if I add this, and if I control save, you can see our this image has been shown over here. Okay, So yeah, this is showing very huge image, no issues. It is just the beginning. We will learn how we can modify this and all. Okay, here you can see for the alternate, I can add image of, or I can simply add here as a network issue. Okay, I can add in this way. Let's say I add the wrong name here. Okay, I have added the wrong name for the image over here. In that case, okay, so it is showing that network issue because we have added the wrong path here. Okay, we have added the wrong path here, that's why it is showing network issue as we have added here in the alt. Okay, so here you can add anything. Let me say image of I will say image of website, or you can add anything. Okay, so let me write this like this, and if I save, you can see image of website has been shown over here. Okay, so this is how you can use this. And also here for the src, let's say while developing we will not be having just single folder. Okay, you will learn this when we learn the react javascript and all. There we will be having so many folders. Okay, we'll be having so many folders there. In that case, what you can do is, let me show you in this way. Okay, here let me create a folder for the images. Okay, and I will drag and drop this inside the images. Okay, so this is inside our that folder now. Okay, so this is not inside this main folder. The image is not inside the main folder. Image is here inside this folder. Okay, so that's why the path we have specified over here is wrong, and that's why we are getting the error message displayed over here. Okay, so we need to mention the proper path for. So as this is inside our images folder, what we can do is, okay, so here I need to first let me remove this and show you from the scratch. I will remove this address. Okay, so yeah, here inside our this folder, I want to go to this images folder. Okay, so I will go to the images folder, and inside this image I have this one.jpg. Okay, so you can manually type it if it is not giving you any suggestions. Okay, so if I do so, you can see our website has been shown here properly. Okay, so even if you make small change mistakes here, like if instead of the images, if I write just image here, you can see we are not able to see this properly. Okay, so after this, let's say you have some nested folders also. Let's say here inside of this images, I will write one more folder. Okay, I will say this as main. Okay, so inside this main folder, let's say we have this image. Okay, let me drag and drop this to here. Okay, now even if I write images here, we will not be able to see. Okay, see, learning about this adding the path is very important as a software developer. Okay, so now to tackle this, what we need to do is, here inside our images folder we have this main folder, right? So now I need to go to the main folder. Okay, so inside my main folder, it is giving me the suggestion that we have this file. Okay, so if I save this, you can see we are getting this image over here. Okay, so and again, as this is very large, we can have the size, we can reduce the size of this as ever we want, using the css cascading style sheets. But for now, we, as we have not learned that, here what I will simply do is, I can specify the height of this. Height, I will say this as 50, and then I will specify the width I will specify this as 50. Okay, so this is in the pixels. You can specify anything. Okay, you can specify whatever you want. If I make this 150 here and save, this also 150, save. Okay, so let me increase the size even more. Okay, so 250, control S. Yeah, you can see this image now is looking cool, right? So in this way you can make use of the attributes of the image tag in order to show your images properly. Okay, so after our image tag here, let me write the comments for what we are learning. Here I will say images. Okay, so in this section we have learned about the images, and here we will learn about the list. Okay, so you might have heard about the list. What lists are in the DSA, basically that can be something like array list or the linked list. They are not same as what we have over here. Okay, so inside the list we have two types. Okay, so we basically have the two types inside the list. That is, the first one is ordered list. Okay, so the first one is ordered list, and the second one we have is unordered list. Okay, so the name itself specify what it is. Okay, so we will learn all of this one by one. Here, let's understand our ordered or unordered first. Okay, so let's learn about the unordered list first. Okay, so to learn about this, I need to write UL. Okay, UL means unordered list. Okay, UL specifies unordered list. Here you can write anything. Can you write anything here? Yes, you can write, but this is not the prescribed way. Okay, so this is not the way recommended. Here you need to write this li tag. Li means list. Li stands for list. Okay, so if you try to write this list outside of this also, that is our unordered list tag, you will be able to write this. Okay, you can write it anywhere, but it is recommended to define what kind of list you are using. Either it is a ordered list or a unordered list. Okay, so for the unordered list, here we will be getting this dot. Okay, dot specifies something like the name, number, or whatever the thing we specify in the margin. Okay, so here I will say this as item 1. Okay, so after this I will have one more line, and I will say item 2. Okay, so yeah, definitely we can have as many as number of li multiplied by, let's say I want 3 li's now. Okay, so yeah, we got 3 li's here, and I will say this as item 3, and this is item 4. Okay, so I will say this as item n. Okay, so let me save this, and here you can see our unordered list has been shown properly. Okay, so let me add the breaks, line breaks here, just to make sure these things come above here. Okay, so I will add that. That is just for my convenience. Yeah. Okay, so in this way you can specify the unordered list, and definitely we can style this. You can remove this dots and all these symbols from here. That we will be doing using our CSS. Okay, so here and after this we have one more type of list, that is our this ordered list. Okay, we have our ordered list here. Okay, so for our order list, we use this symbol, OL symbol. OL means OL tag. OL means an order list. Okay, so OL means order list, and here also inside this we will be specifying the list items. Okay, so here I will say item 1. Save this, and here you can see, as this is the order list, the name itself specifies this is the order list. That's why we are getting this 1 1 2 3 like that here. Okay, so for this we are just getting this dots, bullet points. Okay, so here let me just write a h2 tag to show this is basically the this is the unordered list, right? Unordered list. and this is ordered list. Okay, so ordered list. Okay, now you can see our web page is looking cool, right? Here I have this item one, and in the same way I can write any number of items. You need to practice these things. Okay, you need to practice fixing. These are very interesting. You can try this. After each video, try to build your own website. Okay, item 3, and here item 4, and I will name this as, you can just copy paste the things. Item 4, let me save this, and here you can see we are getting whatever we have written here in the ordered list format, right? So 1 2 3 4 5, all these numbers are being shown over here. Okay, so this was about our image and the list. Okay, so after this, let's learn about the forms. Okay, so here we will learn about the forms. Inside our forms will be having some new tags inside the form tag. Okay, so for that, let me just write a h1 tag, and here h1 tag, and I will specify this as forms. I will specify this thing as forms, and here first thing we need to do is I need to write this form here. Okay, so first thing, to have a form, what is a form? Okay, see, a form is nothing but you need to take the user input. Okay, you need to take the input from the user, basically that we take with the help of the forms. Okay, so form is nothing but same way, just like the offline applications you will be having, and also you'll be having the Google forms, or in the some websites you may have seen the sign up login page. They are the kind of type of forms. These are just the forms. Okay, so here we need to specify the action here. Okay, so this action is mainly what you are doing with this form. Okay, on clicking on the submit of this form, either you want to submit this form or you want to do what operation you want to do. Okay, so for now I will just write this as submit. Okay, so submit, or we can just leave this empty. We will learn this complex things later here. Okay, so inside this we will be having one more attribute, that is method attribute. Okay, so inside this method we specify what kind of request you are sending when this form is submitted. Okay, so now as we are not learning the back end, just keep this basic things in the mind, that what we do with this form. Okay, we specify what type of request we are sending. Here after this, inside this form we basically take the input, right? So input. Okay, input text is a type. Okay, here you can see for the input type text we have got this, and here I can write any number of things here. Okay, so along with this, here we specify the id. Okay, we need to specify the id. I will say this as name. These are all the things we will be using for the javascript, and also here we need to specify the name. Okay, I will just name this as name itself, and after this, here we have this placeholder. Okay, so what exactly this placeholder is, just listen to what I'm saying. See, here in our this website, here there is nothing shown here. Okay, so using this placeholder, we can convey to the user what you need to enter here. Okay, so let me say enter your name. Okay, so let me just add it in this way. Here you can see for the placeholder I have got this, and if I click here, also we are able to see that. Okay, if I enter something here, that disappears. Okay, so placeholder just shows this in the in our whatever the input type we are using. Okay, so this is how you can use the input field, and along with this input field we have input text field. We have so many type of type here. Okay, so we have this email here. Okay, we have the email field. Okay, you you make use of these things. Okay, email field, let me save this. Okay, so here I need to enter the mail. Okay, so I need to enter the mail here. And also you can go through the internet and see so many examples are there for the emails. Or instead of seeing the code, what you can do is you can visit so many websites, and in those websites there will be this kind of forms, right? So you can see and try to build those things on your own. And after this we have password field. Okay, so we have input, and here there is this password, let me save. And here you can see this is the password. Okay, you can see as I'm entering some data here, whatever I'm entering here is not visible, right? So this is how this password field basically works. Okay, you can make use of this password field. And also we have something like the submit. Okay, so here let me have this input, and here this is submit. Okay, so I don't want to save, and here you can see for this we are getting this. Okay, so this form got submitted. Okay, so that's the reason. You can see if I click on the submit here, please include an at, as we have used this email field here, te missing. Okay, so at, okay, it is saying that you need to enter the proper details. Okay, so let me add this in this way, email .com. Okay, so like this you need to enter the proper values. Okay, so on clicking this, these details will be sent to the server. Okay, so that thing we will be specifying here in the method and the actions. Okay, so this is how we can make use of all of these things inside the forms. Okay, so as I said, just go through all of these things and learn how you can use the forms. Okay, so one more thing is here, these things are not looking good here. We have this one more tag, that is our label tag. Okay, so inside our label tag, let me show you here. Label for, it is saying me for what you are using this label. Okay, so here I need to specify this id because I want to show something here. Okay, so let me add this name here, and here I will say enter your name. Okay, so here you can see beside this, our this one has been came. Okay, so we can beautify this page using the css. Okay, so let me just modify this and save. If I do so, also it is being shown here, but the main reason of using the for here is whenever we submit this thing, it should be stored inside this, right? So that's why we use this for here. Okay, so and after this let me copy this label, or what I will do is I will write from the scratch. Okay, I will write one more label here, and I will say this as enter your mail. Okay, so if I save this, you can see this has come there, and now I actually need to add a line break here. Now you can see this looks quite good, right? So let me add one more line break. Usually just adding the line break is not the proper way. We will be using the css. We will not just simply add the line break and all of these things to give the spacing. Okay, so here we have added this for our mail, and here I will use one more label basically for what we have used here, that is our password. Enter your password. Okay, so here I will specify this id. Okay, I will copy this, I will add it here, and here this is for this thing. Okay, so yeah, for this also let me simply add some line breaks. Okay, now this thing looks quite good. Okay, so basically for the submit we don't usually use any kind of label. Okay, because this itself specifies what we are doing, right? The name here itself specifies what we are doing. Okay, so that's why we don't specify anything for the submit. Okay, so let me add one more BR and control S. Yeah. Now you can see this thing here, right? Yeah. So congratulations that you have built your this second website, and also along with that you have made use of this form tags and all. Okay, so this is kind of a good achievement for you as a beginner to build this application. Okay, so make sure you go through the new things. Okay, go through the websites and see how you can build those things by your own. Okay, so after our forms here, I want to teach you a new thing, that is our check boxes. Okay, so check boxes, what these check boxes are, we have actually learned these things. Okay, so check boxes, you might have seen in so many websites that they will be having the check boxes, mainly something like the radio buttons you have seen in the Google Forms, maybe while having the MCQs and all of these things you might have seen that. Okay, so let's build those things now. Okay, so for the check boxes, basically we will be using this input field itself for the checkbox also, because using this checkboxes we are taking the input from the user, right? So that's why we use this checkbox here. Okay, so this is the checkbox, and then we specify the ID. Okay, so here I will say checkbox 1. I will say the checkbox 1, and after that I need to specify the name, and here also I will say this as checkbox 1. Okay, so what you want to show here should be specified here as a value. Okay, so let me show you that thing. I will say this as value 1. Okay, so here you can see we have got this checkbox now. Okay, so inside this you can add anything. Okay, so here what I will do is, okay, so let me control alt Z to format this code, just alt Z to format this code, and after this let's add a label. Okay, so here label for our this checkbox 1. Okay, so here I will say this as checkbox 1. Okay, so yeah, now you can see this is quite good thing, right? Here you can check this, and also we have got this thing. Okay, so let me write our h2 tag here to show what we are doing. um, this is check boxes. Yeah, now that looks good. Now you can see this checkbox symbol has not been aligned properly with whatever the text we have over here, right? So that we can do with the CSS. Okay, for now your this code will just look like this, your website will just look like this with just HTML. Okay, so after this you can add any number of checkboxes here. Okay, so for that let me write all of these things once again. Okay, so in the initial stage don't just copy the things. Okay, write things from your scratch. Okay, so here checkbox 2, and name I will specify is same checkbox 2. Okay, so yeah, control save, and we are seeing that checkbox there. Here I will add the label now. Label, I'm writing this for our checkbox 2. Okay, so here I will say checkbox 2. Okay, now you can see, this is how we can use the checkboxes. Okay, so it is just a input tag. Here we specify the type as the checkbox. We need to specify the id, name and value. Okay, so here you can see here, instead of this value one, you can just directly write what we have over here, and also you can click on any of these checkboxes. Okay, so the property of the checkbox is that you can select more than one thing. Okay, so even if you have, let me copy this and let me paste it here. Okay, so here we can see that. Okay, so here we can see that we have this four check boxes. We can check all of these boxes, you can see. Okay, so this is the property of the checkbox, that you can click on any number of checkboxes from 1 to n number. Okay, so in the checkboxes we can check any of the things, and we have something like the radio buttons. Okay, so in the radio buttons, the feature of the radio button is that you can click only on the one single thing. Okay, from a type. Okay, so after our check boxes, we have learned these check boxes. I hope whatever I taught you here is clear. Now let's learn about our this thing, that is our radio buttons that I was saying. Okay, so inside our this form here. Okay, so here this button here, you can see we have one more thing, that is button tag. Okay, so this gives this kind of thing. Okay, so here also you can specify the class names, you can specify what type you are doing, what action you are performing. Those things you can specify here. You can either use this or this. Okay, so both will just work fine. In most of the cases we use this button instead of the input. Okay, so here let's come back to our radio buttons. Inside our radio buttons, what we need to do is, okay, so here in the same way we'll be having this input field. Okay, so input field is here. I need to specify the type. Okay, so the type I need to specify over here, and as usual here I need to specify the id. Okay, so we need to specify the id. After specifying this id here, I need to specify the value. Okay, so I need to specify the value and also the name. Okay, so let me show you adding the value. Okay, value, I will say this as value 1. See, after this we need to add the name. Okay, so in the radio buttons, to connect all of these things, what we need to do is, see, we need to specify same name for all of those things. Okay, we need to specify same name for all of the buttons we have. Let me show you what exactly I'm trying to say. Here is this name. Okay, I will just name this as radio. Okay, so I will name this as radio. Okay, here you can see I can click on this. We need the radio buttons here. Okay, fine. Okay, so this much BR is not necessary. Save. Yeah, fine. Now you can see we are able to get this radio button over here. Okay, so let me add one more radio button here. Okay, so the type is radio, and then here I need to specify the id. I will give radio 2, and here I need to specify the value. I will say this value 2, and as I had said, name I need to specify same for all of the things. Okay, so here you can see we have these two radio buttons. Okay, so we are able to click on only one single radio button. Okay, So let's save this, and if I click here and if I try to click here, you can see I'm able to click on both of this. Why I am able to click on both of this is because I have different name for this, so it considers this is a different section and this is a different section. Okay, so to say the browser that this both of these are uh, belong to the same section, what we need to do is we need to add this same name. Okay, so here also you can just simply specify the same name. Okay, you can specify the same name there also, but it doesn't matter much there. But here in the radio buttons you need to specify that in order to have the property of the radio buttons. You can see we are able to click on only one single thing here. Okay, so this is how you can use the radio button. And also here we can have this label. Okay, so label here I'm having is for the radio 1. Okay, so here I will say let's write some name of the fruits. Okay, so this is apple. Okay, so and definitely you can have this this side in the left side or in the right side, it is up to you, this is your preference. Okay, so here I can have one more label for this. Okay, so this is for the radio 2, and I will say this as, let's say this as mango. Okay, so let's save this. And yeah, now you can see this looks like a more realistic radio button. Let me just add the br tag here. Okay, so here you can see this thing. Okay, so in the same way we can copy the same thing. Okay, so here for after this I have to add the break. Yeah, now you can see I'm able to click on only one thing, and we have achieved this property of the radio button. And I hope that after this you are able to build this tick boxes and the radio buttons on your own. Okay, so after this we have this thing known as the selectors. Selectors are something like we will be having the drop down. Okay, so let's write the selectors here. If you feel like this single video is explaining so many things, you can divide it into half. Okay, so you, if you are feeling difficulty in learning all of these things in the one single video, you can just divide this, like learn first 10 minutes of the video and then you can learn the next 10 minutes, like that you can do. Okay, so here for the selectors, let me write this here. We are writing the selectors. Okay, so yeah, see as I said that for the selectors we will be having the drop down, and definitely here in the selectors also we are taking the user input. Okay, so here for the selectors we need to use this tag, that is our select tag. Okay, we need to use this select tag, and let me just name this as drop down. It is up to you, you can give it. Okay, so here I will say this as drop down, and here also I will name this as drop down. Okay, so whatever we write inside this will be written here inside our select itself. Okay, so here we will be giving the user so many options to select, right, in the selectors. That's why we make use of this thing, that is our option. Okay, here we will be using our option tag. Okay, so I will say this as option 1. Okay, definitely you can name it to anything. I will say option 1. Okay, here you can see option 1, and I'm having just one single option. Okay, so this is how you can use the drop down selectors. Okay, here I will say this as option 2. Okay, so let's say let's give this names itself. Okay, so I will have the apple here, and I will have the mango here. Okay, So and again after this we have a few more thing. Let's add few more thing. I will say option 3, and I will just instead of remembering the fruit names, I will just add fruit 3. Okay, so here you can see we have these things added. Okay, so if I click on the fruit 3 here, the fruit 3 will be selected. Okay, so this is the way you can have this selectors. Okay, so while applying somewhere to the jobs or anywhere, okay, there you might have seen so many selectors will be there, right? So yeah, definitely you can have as many as number of options inside the selectors. Okay, so this was about all about the content in this video. In the next video we will be learning very more important tags in the next video. Thank you.